Hello and welcome to Eternal in 5. I'm aReNGee and today we're going to be covering the third batch of spoilers from the upcoming Eternal card game set, The Flame of Zolta. There's a ton here, so please excuse me if I skip over a card that's clearly not designed for Constructed. First up we have my pick for the most revolutionary card in the new set, Parul's Choice, which is going to change the way that Hooru midrange is built and played. It combines three key aspects. It's a combat trick, not a very good one, but it's removal protection and its removal by tutoring for one of three different curses, Permafrost, Windward Grasp, and Avagraft. Both of these are very powerful effects, and Parul's Choice has a lot of powerful cards to go along with it. So this card has a lot of utility, is going to be good in both creature-based and spell-based matchups, and therefore something that I think we'll see a lot of play. Parul himself can't say the same. I had high hopes for a ninja gunslinger, but even the art kind of lets me down. The gun just sort of looks there. Big Curse Focus once again plays Griffins, something that I don't think we have any other Griffins, so giving your Griffins double damage doesn't really do anything, as you just get sort of a 2-2 flyer if he dies, and a 5-5 Endurance is well below the curve. I think you can do a lot better. Compare this card to Palace. Yeah. Next up we have super cool card, Dragonforge. Tutors are generally overplayed in Eternal. This one is a pretty good one. Fast spell means you can weave it in when it's appropriate. Dragon or weapon does narrow it down a little bit, but it does mean that it has applications in both relic weapon decks and that dragon tribal. You can get Joe for card advantage. You can get a 5-cost dragon like get any 5-cost dragon played on turn 4. Cost reduction is very powerful, very sought after in Eternal. I think this will be overplayed a little bit, but it should be able to find a home. Dread Hellkite is an uncommon dragon, not quite what you're looking for. 4-3, of course, being the worst stat line in Eternal, dying to both Vanquish and Torch, and not being able to block and playing a mediocre Curse and Cowardice, probably not what you're looking for. So, verdict is wait for the rare dragons, even though this is the first low-cost dragon we've seen so far. Faceless One is another card that you can discard and just play it. Between this and the Feln Legendary, Feln now has two different ways to discard things. If we get one more, I think we're going to see a whole discard-focused deck. Otherwise, I'm not sure how this fits in. It's a little small to be good value, but if we can do something where like you play it and then sacrifice it, and it's in some kind of Witching Hour deck, it could be effective there. Hanaka Loremaster is an obvious Oni tribal plant, +1/+1 for each of your other Oni, otherwise it's a 1/1. Mastery 6 is mostly flavor text. You need to get about a +4/+4 or a 4/4 out of this for you to be happy, because Champion of Glory is 3/3 double battle skills for 2. And that's just tough to do. You need a lot of other Oni in play. You're not really going to get that on the first turn that he's attacking. And it still doesn't play that well into Hailstorm, even if you do get it up to a 4/4 when it loses its stats. I believe it will just die to the Hailstorm as well. So it doesn't really offer you go wide insurance, and it's not very good on its own. So I don't think this one's going to make the cut. Elin Mizo is at least above the curve for stats, 5-cost 6/6 endurance, mastery 12, once again, mostly flavor text. It is a dinosaur, but I think this card is worse than Surso overall, and Surso is not a card that has been good enough for a while, so I think this one's going to stay on the bench. Burst Sporfern is the ultimate Johnny card. You only care about mastery here. It's tough to get mastery. Aegis does mean that it can survive, but a 6-cost 5/5, as discussed before, not a very good stat line. Going to be tough for it to get there. If you can get it off, that's cool, but it's a lot of hoops for even then, not the best benefit. If there's an easy way to activate the mastery, I think this card can see play in some kind of combo deck. Otherwise, not a chance. Snapping Hydrangea gives us Mandrake Tribal, which is not a direction I thought we'd be going down. 2-cost 5/5. Vanilla is a little bit above what you want. I think you want like 4/4 in vanilla stats. But giving the opponent 4 1/1s is generally going to be a huge downside, because those can jump the 5/5 really easily. If you have some way to make use of giving your opponent units, Argent Board Instigator, something like that, it could be effective, but otherwise, I think it's much more likely that this sees play as a combo card than a beatdown card, because it's just so bad to play if you're actually trying to beat the opponent down. Spectral Scythe is, of course, a draft card, 2/3 unblockable relic weapon, not really much to write home about. And finally, we have the biggest boy, Kairos Grand Champion, 9-cost 12/12, good start. Summon effect draws cards equal to the highest attack among your other units, and whenever you play another unit, it shoots something for its attack. That can go face, and drawing cards is very powerful. I'm not sure if there will be a fair deck. Great Kiln Titan never quite made it there, but ramping up to 9, playing this, drawing, 6 cards, and then shooting your opponent for a bunch does seem pretty good. And plus 6 maximum power means that you can do stuff with those cards that you draw. But the most likely home for it is, of course, in Talir combo, which I hope you're as unexcited about as I am. This sort of replaces the Vodacon and Grinva combo, doing it all in one. You play it off of Talir, you draw 6 cards off of Talir. That should get you enough units to just shoot the enemy dead off of Kairos' ability. So it reduces the 2 slots down to 1, and it's harder for your draws to mess up.